Good morning, students. So today we will continue the lesson called living world. So in this class we learned about the characteristics of the organisms or characteristics of the living beings. So today also I am going to explain about the one more characteristics of the living organisms, that is living beings have lifespan. Living beings, they have definite lifespan. So what is the meaning of lifespan? Living beings have lifespan. So this is one more characteristics of the living things. So children, you know that organisms, they take birth, they become they become adult, and then they reproduce, and then finally they become old and die at last. Is it, children? Organisms, they take birth and they reproduce, and then first they take birth, they become adult, they reproduce, and they become old, and finally they will die. Is it? And they will die at last. Is it, children? So these are the process you can see in all the organisms. So here I told the living beings have lifespan. So what is the meaning of lifespan? So lifespan meaning the period. So it is a time or period. The period between birth and death of an organism, it is called as lifespan. So the period between the birth and death of an organism, it is called as, yes, lifespan. The period between birth and death of an organism, it is called as lifespan. So this will be called as lifespan, children. So the average lifespan of some animals, I am going to, so they have, I am going to give the table. So this table gives the average lifespan of different animals. So here you know about the lifespan, children. So here is the one table, it shows the average lifespan of animals. So see here, animals called turtle, tortoise, so they live. So what's their lifespan? It's in years. Okay. So the turtle lived 150 years, and the elephant lived about 70 years, and then cow and the eagle, these two animals, they live 20 years. What about human being? What about the man? Man lived 70 to 80 years. So this is called a average. This is the table that shows average lifespan of different animals. So children, based on this lifespan, based on the lifespan of an organism, they are classified into annuals, biennials, and then perennials. So based on the lifespan of organisms, they are classified into annuals, biennials, and then perennials. Based on what? Yes, based on the lifespan of an organism, they are classified as annuals, biennials, and then perennials. Yes? So they are classified as annuals, biennials, and then perennials. So see here, annuals, biennials, then perennials. Based on what? Based on what purpose based on the lifespan of the organism. So then children, tell me, what is annuals? What is the meaning of annuals? Have you heard about the annual exam? Is it annual function? Is it, children? What is the meaning of the annual? Annual means in 1 year, within 1 year, or in one season, or 1 year. So there are some plants. So here I told the organisms, but the lifespan, these are the lifespan of the plants. They are classified as annuals, biennials and perennials. I am taking here about the plant. Plants are classified as annuals, biennials and perennials based on the lifespan of the plant. Okay. So then tell me, children, what is annuals? Annuals means plants, so which they will live, or they bear flower, then they produce fruits and seeds, and then they finally die in a 1 year. This process should be taken in within the year, or in a 1 year, or a 1 season. So these types of the plants, they come under annuals. Okay, so give an example for the annuals. So jowar, wheat, paddy, so pumpkin, and then yes, vegetables, cotton. So these are belongs to the annuals. So what is the meaning of annuals, children? The plants which bear flower, which gives flower, they produce fruits, and they die in a 1 year, in a year, or in a season. So they are all the plants, they have this type of features, they are lived in 1 year or in 1 season. They come under the annuals. They are classified as annuals. Give the example for them: jowar, paddy, wheat, and then pumpkin, vegetables, even cotton. They also belongs to this group. They are all called as annuals. Jowar, wheat, paddy, and then pumpkin. Are you able to see? Jowar, wheat, paddy. Then is pumpkin, vegetables, cotton. So these are come under, or they are grouped under annuals. So what about the bilinears? Bi means the name only they mention. So what is the meaning of bi? Two, is it? So bi means two. So plants. So there are some plants they live. Plants which live up to 2 years or 2 seasons. In that year they produce flower, and then they produce fruit and seeds, and finally they die. Example for this: carrot, beetroot, then cabbage, ginger, sugarcane. So this is the example for the biennial plants. So children, tell me, what is biennial? So biennials means the plants they live. As it mentioned, the name itself mentions. What is that? The name itself shows. Bi means 2 years, 2 seasons. Plants which live up to 2 years or 2 seasons, and in that year they produce flower, fruit and seed and die. For example, carrot, beetroot, cabbage, and then sugarcane, ginger. So these are the example for biennial plants. Carrot, beetroot, cabbage, ginger, then sugarcane. Okay children, these are called as biennial plants. So then tell me, what is perennial plants? So peri means many. Okay, plants which live for many years and they keep on producing flowers. Is it? So they keep producing flower, fruits, and then they will die. So these plants are called as perennials. So for example, is mango, jackfruit, neem, areca nut. So these are the examples for the which plant? Yes, perennial plants. So mango, even lemon, coconut. So these also belongs to the perennial plants. Perennials. So see here annuals, okay, then biennials. See next here perennials. So in this plant, the plants the plants which live is for many years. So in that they produce flower and also they produce fruits and seeds. And then so these types of the plants, they are called as perennial plants, and they are example for this mango, neem tree, and then lemon, coconut, jackfruit, areca nut. So this is the example for perennials. Okay. So the example for this. So the plants which live for many years, they come under perennials. Example mango, then jackfruit, lemon, neem, areca nut, coconut. So these are these plants or these trees are called as perennial trees or perennial plants. Is it, children? So apart from this, that means the plants are classified based on their lifespan. Is it? Apart from the lifespan, plants are also classified so based on the nature of the seedlings. So they are called as monocotyledonous and then dicotyledonous. So I have told the plants are classified based on the lifespan as annuals, biennials, and then perennials. So leave that. Apart from the lifespan, the plants are also classified based on the nature of the seedlings. So take one seed. Take Bengal plum or pea, potato. So then keep this pea in the what is that, in the bowl. So and then add some water into that bowl. Keep it for one night. So then after one night, take see that. Then drain the water. So for example, if you take, so do this activity. So take a glass tumbler or glass bowl. Add the water. First take a peanuts in this bowl. Add some water to it. And then leave this water container. Leave this tea and then water in the bowl. So leave this bowl in one night. So see at the morning, see that what happens, and then so pour or remove or drain the water, and then we can get only the peanuts inside the bowl. That peanuts are soaked. Isn't it, children? So that peanuts are soaked, and then so take one peanut and then press. So keep that peanut in between your finger like this and press that peanut. So that will split into two parts. So let us see. So it becomes like this, isn't it? So this one we call as so these two parts are called as the seed leaf. Okay. So based on this nature of seed leaf, the plants are classified as monocotyledonous and then dicotyledonous. So you understand now, children, what is seed leaf? So based on the nature of this seed leaf, then the plants are classified as monocotyledonous and then dicotyledonous. Based on the nature of seed leaf, they are classified as monocotyledonous and then another one as dicotyledonous. Okay. So here the plants are classified based on the nature of the seed leaf as monocotyledonous and then dicotyledonous plants. So then tell me children, what is monocotyledonous? So the name of this one is mentioned. So mono means a single, one. Is it children? Monocotyledonous. So see, they have only one cotyledon or only one seed leaf. Cotyledon means seed leaf. Mono means one. Okay. So monocotyledonous plant seed has only one cotyledon or only one seed leaf. They are called as monocotyledonous. For example, jowar, ragi, wheat, paddy, or the millets. So they are come under the monocotyledonous. Understand the children? So monocotyledonous plants, they have only one cotyledonous or only one seed leaf. They are called as monocotyledonous. Example for this: jowar, ragi, wheat, paddy, and then another one millets. Even paddy, so rice. So it will not split into two. It remains, or it is made up of only one cotyledon, only one seed leaf. Okay. So that type of the plants are grouped under monocotyledonous. So then what is dicotyledonous? What is the meaning? So see here, di means two, cotyledonous means a seed leaf. So some plants of dicotyledonous plants, plant seeds, they have two cotyledonous. They have two seed leaves. So they are called as dicotyledonous plants. For example, horse gram, urudikalu, then groundnut, and then red gram, bedekalu, togribedu, red gram, and then Bengal gram. Bengal gram means kadlekalu. Then black gram. Black gram means yes, uddinkalu. So these are the dicotyledonous plants. That means the dicotyledonous plant seed has two cotyledonous or two seed leaves. They are called as dicotyledonous plants. And then example, horse gram, yes, Bengal gram, red gram, even pea, groundnut, and then black gram. These are the examples of dicotyledonous. So tell me, Bengal gram, red gram, groundnut, then black gram, then horse gram, horse, gram. These are the examples for dicotyledonous plants. Horse gram, Bengal gram, red gram, groundnut, black gram. Okay children, so these are all about, yes, classification of the plants based on their seed leaves. We learned about the classification of the plants plants based on the lifespan and also classification of the plants based on the nature of seedlings. So now we know about the characteristics of living beings. Isn't it, children? We all know about the characteristics of the living beings. Is it, children? Plants and animals, they are two important components of the environment. Isn't it, children? Plants and animals, they are also two important components of the nature or the environment. Is it, children? So, but their number is decreasing. Their number is reducing. Is it? As a result of man's greediness. So, ಮನುಷ್ಯನ ದುರಾಸೆಯಿಂದ ಏನಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಅನಿಮಲ್ಸ್ಗಳ ಸಂಖ್ಯೆ, ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಸಂಖ್ಯೆ ಏನಾಗ್ತಿದೆ, ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಬರ್ತಿದೆ. Is it? But we know that plants and animals are the two important components of the nature, but their number is decreasing as a result of man's greediness. So, but children, we know that we should protect the plants and animals. So, it is the need of the day, is it? So, what is the need of our day? The need of the day, we have to protect the plants and animals. Protection of a plant and animal is important. It's a very important to balance the nature. Is it? So, protection of plants and animals, it's a very important for the nature. So, first tell me, children, why should we protect the plants and animals? What is the reason? Why need to protect the plants and animals? Because to get the rain. To get the rain, plants is essential, and also to get the food, to get the air, to purify the air. Plants are necessary because they purify the air. They increase the level of oxygen in the environment. And also it's very important for future generations. Is it, children? So why should we protect the plants? Because to get the rain, to purify the air, to increase the concentration of oxygen. Is it? And to get the food. For future generation, we should protect the plants. So here I am giving some importance of the protection of the animals, children. So before that, I want to explain one story. So importance of animal protection. So there is one story in your textbook. See that? So I am going to read that story. So read the incident given below. So this one gives the importance of animal protection. Why should we protect the animal? I have told we should protect the plants. So and I also explained about why should we protect the plants. So now we are going to learn about the importance of animal protection. So see the story, children, and listen the story. Once in Borneo is in one country. It is found in the Asia. There were too many flies. So Borneo is a country like our country, children. It is in Asia continent. So there were too many flies. You know, there are so many flies living in that region, in that Borneo country. Insecticides. ಈಗ ಫ್ಲೈಸ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಯಿತು ಅಂದರೆ, ನೊಣಗಳು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಯಿತು ಅಂದರೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ? ಇನ್ಸೆಕ್ಟಿಸೈಡ್ಸ್, ಏನಾದರೂ ಔಷಧಿ ಹಾಕೋದು ಹಾಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಇನ್ಸೆಕ್ಟಿಸೈಡ್ಸ್ ವರ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ದೇಮ್. ಸೊ ಇನ್ಸೆಕ್ಟಿಸೈಡ್ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಅದನ್ನು ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ದೆನ್ ಆಲ್ ಫ್ಲೈಸ್ ಆರ್ ಡೈಡ್. All flies died. Is it? So insecticides ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಅದನ್ನ ತಿಂದು ಏನಾಯಿತು, ಎಲ್ಲ insecticides they died. So lizards started eating the dead flies. So a dead flies ಇತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನ ಯಾವುದು ತಿಂತು ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಬಂದು? Yes, what is that? Yes, lizard. So flies, when it died after insecticides used, then it is eaten by the lizards. Okay. So lizards, ಹಲ್ಲಿಗಳಿತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಬಂದು ಅದನ್ನ ತಿನ್ಬೋದು. As a result, the insecticides in the body of the fly enter the lizard's body. So insecticides are present inside it. Is it? Present inside the body of the flies. So when this one eats the flies, then what happens? The insecticide present in the fly's body enter the lizard's body, isn't it? So then children, their movement slow down. Now cats could easily undo them. So when they are moving, their movement becomes slow down. So then the cat came and they easily undo this. What is that? Lizards. Okay. Their movement slowed down. So their movement slowed down, and then now cats could easily hunt they easily catch them. The insecticides which enter the body of cats through lizards and turn poison for them, and many cats died. So when this cat eat that insect, what happens? The poison called insecticides present in this body of lizards, they enter the body of cat, and then what happens? They enter the body of cats through the lizards, they turn the poisons for them, and then in that body the insecticides they turn poisonous, and then the cat was also died. Is it children? So it also died because of what? Insecticides. Is it children? And then, so we will continue this story. As the number of cats decreased. If the number of cats decreased, what happens? The number of the rats increased. Is it? As the number of cats decreased, the number of rats increased enormously. Because of this, so there is one disease. It came because of the rat. What does that disease mean, children? So plague. Plague is a disease. It is caused by the rat. So here the number of cat it is decreased because they are died by eating the lizard. Isn't it? And then what happens? The number of rats increased. Is it? And then when the number of rats increase, so there is one disease caused to the human being or to the man, that is called plague. So this disease is caused by the rat. Okay. So as the number of cats decreased, the number of rats increased enormously. Because of this, plague disease, it is erupted and caused the death of many people. So when the plague disease it caused to the human beings, many people they died. So it is caused the death of many people, and government had to import cats from other countries. Then the government of Borneo country decided to import the cats from other countries. ಬೇರೆ ಕಣ್ಣಿಂದ ಕ್ಯಾಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋಕೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಕಂಟ್ರಿಯಿಂದ ಕ್ಯಾಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಇಂಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಕೆ ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಯಾವುದು? ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ Borneo. So Borneo is one country I have told, is it? What is the country name? Borneo. Is it children? So this incident it happens in this country. So what's this story tells us? What is the import? What is the conclusion or what is the convey of this story, children? So this incident conveys the importance of animal protection and balance of living beings in the nature. So I have told this story, children. Have you understand the story? Once again read it and watch the video. You can easily understand. So plague is a disease. It is caused to the human beings or to the man, if the number of rats increase, this disease is caused to the human being. So to decrease the number of rats, this country imports the cat from other countries. Is it? Okay. So this incident conveys the importance of animals in the nature and also balance of living beings in nature. It's a very essential. So this story or this incident conveys the importance of animal protection and also balance of living beings in nature. Okay children, so there is the importance of animal protection. Let's see here. So why we should protect the animals. So this points gives the this information gives the why we should protect the animal. Animals play an important role in maintaining the environment balance. I told you no. If the number of cat decreases, the number of rat increased. Is it? So that's why there is some balance in nature. So that's why animal protection is also important to protect or to balance the nature or to balance the environment. If animals are destroyed, it affects other organisms as there will be scarcity of food. So if children, so the number of grass on the earth or the number of plants on the earth decreases. What happens? This is the food for other organisms. For example, deer and then cow, elephant and then giraffe. This is the food. Plants is the food for other organisms. They depend on food for the plant, isn't it? So if the plants or if the grass, number of the grass decreases, it affects the other organisms. Is it children? So that's why if animals are decreased like that, if animals are decreased, it affects other organisms as there will be scarcity of food. So food ಸಿಕ್ಕೋದಿಲ್ಲ, food ನ ಅಭಾವ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, scarcity of food ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾಕೆ? One animal ಏನಾದರೂ one type of the animals number is decreased, it affects other organisms. Number of deer decreases. So deer is the food for tiger, lion, isn't it? So if the number of deer decreases in the nature, so there is a scarcity of food for other organisms. It affects the other organisms. So in the recent years, the government has taken measures to protect animals. So nowadays our government takes many measures to protect the environment. How they will take? How will our government protect the environment? So see here, through national forests and wildlife sanctuaries, bird sanctuaries and reserve forests. So in this region, the people should not hunt the animals. The people should not disturb the animals. So the government of India has taken measures to protect animals through national parks, through establishing national parks, wildlife sanctuaries and then bird sanctuaries and reserve forests. So in this region, the people should not hunt the animals. The people should not disturb the animals. So in this way, government has taken measures to protect the environment. Is it children? So this is the importance of our environment. So my dear children, we know that about the living world around us, it is a very wonderful, isn't it? So we can see different kinds of animals even today also, is it? So the living being, the living world, it is the wonder of the nature, isn't it children? So we have to maintain the balance in nature by protecting the animals and plants. So we know about the plants and animals, so we should protect them. So knowing about the plants and animals, we should protect the plants and animals, isn't it? So then only the existing environment, what are the things available, what are the existing environment now we are seeing. So that will available. So that environment will be available for future generation. If you protect the plants and animals nowadays, if you protect the plants and animals, protect the environment now, so then only the existing environment, so what we can see in our surrounding, so that will available for the future generation. ಸೊ ಈಗ ನಾವು ಅವುಗಳನ್ನ ಎನ್ವೈರನ್ಮೆಂಟನ್ನು ಪ್ರೊಟೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅದು ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಜನರೇಷನ್ಗೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಜನರೇಷನ್ಗೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಅವರು ಸಹ ನೋಡ್ಬೋದು ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ನಾವೇನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ವಿ ಶುಡ್ ಪ್ರೊಟೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅವರ್ ಎನ್ವೈರನ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್ ಚಿಲ್ಡ್ರನ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ದಟ್ ಇಫ್ ವಿ ಪ್ರೊಟೆಕ್ಟ್ ದ ನೇಚರ್ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಪ್ರೊಟೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಸ್. ಸೊ ನೇಚರನ್ನು ನಾವು ಪ್ರೊಟೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅದು ನಮ್ಮನ್ನ ಪ್ರೊಟೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ. So, if we protect the nature, it will protect us. Isn't it, children? So, I hope you are understood about this lesson. So, in this class, we will conclude, we will finish this class. So, we will finish or complete this lesson or this topic. We will continue the next topic in the next class. I will going to start the next lesson in the next class, children. Thank you, children.